The Hachette group, or Little Brown, had some great books. I picked up Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Kirsten White on Twitter said she was writing her review and all she had was read it or I'll kill you, so I figured I better read it. I also got Shut Out from Cody Keplinger. I stood in line to get this one. She signed it, so I'm excited to read that. I've heard great things. Erica already read it. Bunheads, which I heard about at their school library journal day of dialogue, about ballerinas and dance and like the uber competitive world of that, I guess. And then a group of us stood in line to get How to Save a Life by Sarah Zarr. I love, love, love her books. So, yay, can't wait to read this one. I also got a whole stack of books from Flux. I stood in line to meet, well, Scott Tracy I had met before in Naperville at one of the tours, and I am on his blog tour for Witch Eyes. So I got to meet him and get a signed copy. He ran out of books because so many people wanted it. I stood in this line with Sarah Reese Brennan and Jen Lynn Barnes, and so that was kind of fun to just stand and chat with them and get this book. And then I also stood in line for Sirens. This one sounds really, really great. And then on Thursday, the last day, I was talking with the lady at the Flux booth, and she was just kind of trying to get rid of their books. So, so they gave me Lament and Ballad by Maggie Stiefvater. I've read these, and I really, really enjoyed them. And I loaned them to a student, and they have disappeared. The student is not returning them, so I was very thankful to get new copies. I also got After Midnight, first in a series. Popular, I wanted to stand in this line, but it got cut off, so yay, I'm glad I got one. The Quicksilver Fairy. This is the second, it's the second book in like a spin-off series from the Dread Forest. So I'm excited because it's fairies, and I read the first series. This is the Fair Folk Saga is the second one. So yay for this. I didn't even know that they had it. I just randomly saw the author and I was like, hey, that looks familiar. My students are going to die that I have that. And then I'm really excited about this one because I've been wanting to read this book. Holly Schindler's Playing Hurt. I've heard so many great things about it. So this one is definitely high on my to-read list. So thank you very much to Flux for giving me a ton of books. And my last pile, I was from the Penguin group. I got a number to get a copy of Crossed signed by Ali Kandi. And that line was so long and so many people that she wasn't even allowed, like security said she couldn't personalize them. She just had to sign them and move on. But I'm pleased with that. I have a signed arc of Matched as well, so they match. I also got Shelter from them, and I can't remember if I got this at the Day of Dialogue or at BEA, but I've heard really great things about this one. Kind of a chilling thriller, kind of suspense novel. So I like those. I don't read a lot of them, so I'm pleased to have one. Of course, I stood in line for Bloodlines and got that one signed. I'm excited to read that, but do I dare confess that I haven't read the last of the Vampire Academy books? I know I have to read the last one. I'm going to before I read that, so don't spoil it for me. And then Legend by Marie Lu. This one I've heard really great things about. Sarah had finished it just before, the night before, and so we actually got to meet Marie. She was standing around when we were there, and Sarah said great things about it, so I'm thrilled to read it. And then I stood in line forever, well, not really forever, but for quite some time with Christy to get The Future of Us, which is Jay Asher and Carolyn Mackler, so I'm really excited. I loved 13 Reasons Why. So I'm pleased to have another book by him. And then my very favorite book, the one that I stood in line for 3 hours to get, got there super, super early. The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. I was thrilled to get this. My friend Danny and I were in the front of the line. We were the first and the second. And we got there at the same time, but she was first, I was second. So Maureen asked how I felt about that, and I said it was fine. And so she signed it. You are also #1, Heidi. Enjoy. She is totally adorable, and I loved, loved, loved meeting her. I'm going to her signing in Naperville later this month as well, so I cannot wait to finish this one. Aside from that, I got a couple chapter samplers. The Clockwork Prince, the Wood Queen, which is the sequel to The Iron Witch. Or not, I mean, it's just another novel in that. I don't know if it's like a sequel, technically, but. And then The Death Cure, the next from the Maze Runner series. I did buy a couple books while I was there, but only because I went to book signings at bookstores, and whenever I go to a book signing, I want to purchase something from the store. So when I went to Books of Wonder for the class of 2K11, I got The Lipstick Laws by Amy Holder. Christy said it was fabulous, and I went there with her and a group of other people, so I thought I would check that out. And then OMG, which sounded really clever. I've been reading a lot about it, and her reading was great, so I'm excited for that one. So I bought those, and then on Thursday night I was at Scholastic for the This Is Teen kickoff, and I got invited to the blogger party ahead of time. So I bought Zen Ties. That's a picture book. I got a signed copy. My niece my nieces and my nephew really like these stories, so I got that from them. And then Scholastic gave us an Arc of Forever, which I had already picked up at Scholastic booth. I didn't know that they were giving them out when we went to that event. So I got this one signed, and the other one I already gave away to another blogging friend. An Arc of Pretty Bad Things, which looks pretty good. We also got a hardcover copy of Strings Attached, which is nice because I had an Arc of this, but now I have a hardcover. Libba Bray's Beauty Queens. Again, I had an Arc, and so it was nice to get a hardcover, and of course she signed it because she is amazing and lovely, and I adored meeting her. I loved this book. I'm super excited. I'm going to the This Is Teen event later on this month in Naperville as well. Meg Cabot's Abandoned. You guys, I almost died. Meg Cabot said she liked my vlog. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you've seen my vlog? I was really surprised by people who actually, and again, they could have been making it up, but who had said they'd seen my blog. That was kind of exciting for me. I didn't expect to meet anybody who had read it, besides the friends that I know. But so we got Abandoned signed, and then they also gave us Shiver. So the first in that series. When I go to the event in Naperville, I'm going to get my hardcovers of Shiver and Linger signed, so I will likely be giving this one away. And then the last set of books I got were from the book blogger convention on Friday. I got an e-galley for Friday Night Lights, or a companion with Friday Night Lights, so a bunch of short stories about Friday Night Lights. Who, What, Where, like wear clothes, W-E-A-R. And this is a series that we have in my library, so my students will be thrilled for that one. The Unwanted by Lisa McMahon. I love her, and I'm so excited that she's going to have this middle grade novel series coming out. I can't wait for it to actually be out so I can, you know, promote it to my students and stuff, but I'm thrilled to read that one. The Secret Prince, which is the sequel to Nightly Academy. So yeah, I'm excited. I have not read the first one. I have it in my library. I'm going to read it this summer because she was a doll and the book sounds great and right up my alley. And then my favorite thing that I got at Book Blogger Con, and the one book that I really, really wanted to get is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. So I was really thrilled about that one. Obviously I got a ton of books. Again, some of them are for my library. Because of my library, I wouldn't have picked them up if I wasn't a middle grade librarian, because I do try and, even though I don't blog about those books, I do keep current, and I do book talk them with my students. And occasionally I do blog on my school library website. So yeah, I feel like I got a lot of books, but it was an amazing trip. I had a fun time. I know there's a lot of craziness going on. I didn't so much see like the hitting, kicking, biting, elbowing, but I did see a lot of line cutting. What can you do? It happened. It's over. It was definitely worthwhile. I had a great time meeting people. My roommates Danny and Erica were just fabulous. We had so much fun. And I got to hang out with Christy and Melanie from Reclusive Bibliophile? I'm sorry. I have a lot of reading to do, clearly, so I better cut this off and get reading.